Hello again, I am Joe Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. Tonight, round 4 of Season 8. We are heading to Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And the board are back in town. Dare you to read that without thinking Thin Lizzy. The board will be in attendance again tonight after being disappointed with Melbourne. Which caught me a bit by surprise. I didn't think they'd be disappointed. I thought they'd be satisfied. We did get points. We got both cars in the points. We got, was it 7th place, I think, in the end with Embry, and we also got Donna into the top 10 with there we go, 7th and 10th with Donna, but she also got the fastest lap as well. So we picked up a solid 8 points last night. Apparently that's disappointing, so very surprised by that. But tonight we're sticking upgrades on the car. We could we should be a lot faster tonight. So let's stick those upgrades on and see how good the car is looking. We'll start off going into the warehouse. Let's go onto car 2 first of all. Still on the original front wing. Let's put that on the new as well. Same with the rear wing. Both cars are running the Mark II chassis, side pods. They're both running the Mark II underfloor, and we have started a suspension, but we haven't got that in production yet. So let's see the difference that those upgrades have made to our car. This is what our original car, well, I say our original, this is what our car from the last race looks like tonight. Still pretty damn good, you have to say. So let's see what the new one looks like in comparison. And there we go. Look at that. We have gone from the 6th fastest car, well, 5th fastest car, to the 3rd fastest car. Acceleration has improved a little bit. DRS is now back to being the best on the grid. Our downforce levels are still best on the grid, but now even better than before. Our brake cooling has improved, and our engine cooling, having slipped a little bit, has come back just a little bit. We now have the lightest car on the grid as well. Let's see what the actual numbers say in terms of the differences that we've made to the car with all of those new parts on. We have gained 0.08 kilometers an hour. That's not too bad. 0.002 G in acceleration. That's not too bad. We've gained 0.5% in DRS, but that was enough to make it the best on the grid. But the downforce, you can see we've gained 0.02 G in the low speed. That's quite nice. We've gained 0.017 in the medium, and 0.024 in the high speed. That's quite nice. We're already the best. Now we are even better when it comes to the downforce numbers. Same with the dirty air as well. We've gained just over an extra 1% in performance there. About 2.5% in brake cooling. Engine cooling's gone up by 0.3%. And we've taken another 3.6 kilos out of the car in terms of weight as well, which is nice. So now that we can see where we stand, let's get those parts onto both cars. How you doing, Dino? There we go. So car analysis should now be the same. And yes, there we go. Identical forwards. So let's have a look at how we stack up against Red Bull now. So again, they are still very, very fast in acceleration. They're actually not the best accelerating team anymore. They are the second best, unless there's a difference between Leclerc's car and Max's car. There is. Max has got a slightly better car, it would seem. Or does he? No, they have identical cars. It's just ranking Max's higher because he is the number one car. Okay, so let's go back to us. There we go. So let's just put that onto car one. There we go. So they have still got the best acceleration on the grid, but their speed, well, they've improved from 19th to 15th over the last couple of races. Still trailing us by about 0.3 kilometers an hour. DRS, we're about 1% ahead of them now. They are starting to lag a little bit in the downforce against us now. And they're down 3.5% in the dirty air as well. I mean, their acceleration is going to be really, really useful for them here in Baku. The low speed is the weakest part of their downforce, but it's not horrendous anyway. They're still going to be the car to beat tonight. But, yeah, not just because of, the package that they have, but the driver combination that they have driving that package is significantly better than our driver partnership. So they are still going to be the car to beat, but hopefully we have closed the gap. We can be in the conversation for the win, or at least for podiums tonight. And hopefully we won't have any of that weird pace drop-off that we had last night, where we just weren't that quick in the first stint in Melbourne last night. So, yeah, let's see how we do. Let's set some targets for tonight's Grand Prix. Qualifying position, the incentive is 1 in the top 8. We should easily be able to achieve that. We should get both cars comfortably into Q3 and both into Q2. We are going to be slipstreaming. Kind of have to on this circuit, given how long that straight is on the run up to the line. Finish position 1 in the top 8. Again, should be getting both cars in that kind of window. We are going to go for the fastest lap. See, that affects the race, not the sprint. And then the incentive, or the streaks, the incentive streak, quali position 2 in the top 10. We can complete that tonight, and then we can make more progress on our finish position guarantee. So, let us now send the team to Azerbaijan.
Greetings from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. The spectacular Baku city circuit will take drivers right through the city streets, from the narrow roads of the old town to the wide highway alongside the Caspian Sea, where cars will be fighting wheel to wheel this weekend. Baku city circuit challenges drivers like few other tracks. The tight section through the old city demands precision. The main straight, pure aggressive acceleration, and every corner is a challenge for tyres.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form, as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
It's time then for another thrilling weekend of F1 drama.
And seeing Gasly at Alpine there is a nice little segue into a little bit of news. Gasly has now confirmed that he will be driving for Alpine at least next season and potentially a season after that as well. So it sounds like he's on a 1+1 deal. Question is who has the final say over that +1, whether it's the driver or the team, or if they have equal standing in that. I would imagine it's going to be the team that has the +1 option, not the driver. But yeah, Gasly confirmed to be at Alpine next year. So that is one of the seats filled now. They are apparently stepping up their attempts to try and woo Carlos Sainz as well, although I can't imagine he's going to go there. I mean, I may be wrong on that. I can't see it personally, but stranger things have happened. So you never know. Right, Baku is a 15-lap run. That much I do remember. I know it's also pretty low downforce. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with... I don't know which way I need to go on this. Going to assume that that is going to be right. Let's go with that. Driving options are done. We're still on the Spec 1 engine. For both cars. Let's go with a slightly higher wing on this one. Let's drop that down to a 10 as well. Actually, let's go even lower. Let's go 210. I'm going to go 19 on this one. I'm assuming I'm going the right way with the roll bar on this. I'm going to leave that about there, and I'm going to go like that this time on this one. And we'll see if that is going to give us some favourable results. People have made worse decisions, just ask Alonso. Well, no, Alonso's made the right decisions, just at the wrong time. I mean, he made the right decision to leave McLaren to go back to Renault. That kind of worked for him, and he made the right decision to leave Renault to go to Ferrari. And Ferrari were just completely lost. He was outperforming that car by a country mile. There was no way, that car should have been getting the results it was. He ran Vettel close in 2 years of those 4 years of his titles. When that car had no right to do that. So it was clear that the car wasn't getting better, and he kind of ran out of patience, and he made the right decision to leave. And on paper, McLaren was, going back to McLaren was a good choice, but unfortunately it was the wrong time. Just didn't quite work out. He's just been unlucky with timing. I mean, he can't fault the teams he's gone to. With the possible exception of maybe going back to McLaren, but yeah, I don't think he's made some terrible decisions in terms of who he's tried to sign with. I think just the timing's been a bit off. He just seemed to unfortunately catch teams when they're in starting to hit a bit of a decline. Whereas I can't see Alpine suddenly having a massive surge of form anytime soon. Okay, so that's terrible. 18%. Boo. Let's get that one straight in. Yeah, I just can't take Alpine seriously as a viable contender anymore. All right, so, oh wow, okay, we did go the wrong way on the roll bar there. Let's push that all the way to a 1.9. That corrects potentially that and that. Front wing is a bit too much. Plus, I need to pull that back. Let's go 1.510 like that. And I'm curious, could we actually nail it with those changes? I'm really curious. That might possibly be it. Let's keep our fingers crossed. See if we go from 18% to 100 in one go. That would be awesome. How bad is Embry's car? Embry's is better. We went the other way on the roll bar on that one. So she's at 58%. Still changes need to be made. Let's call her in. All right, so let's go with a 10.5 on that rear wing. Let's bring the front wing down to a 1. Don't know if that's going to be right. Push that back to a 1.5. You know what? Now let's go with a 1. Or maybe... I'm going to go with that. I'm going to see what happens. Again, should hopefully narrow down the window slightly. Not sure if this one will be right. That probably won't be right. Evening, Wayne. Refills here early tonight as well. Welcome, Refill. Sainz looking quick again. I should have checked his car actually, just to see what the performance figures were looking like on that car, because he is looking very quick at the start of this season, which I was not expecting. Alright, so we've improved to good. So no massive jump all the way up, unfortunately, to 100%, but we should have narrowed the windows down quite significantly there. And we've still got time for another full run as well. So she gets feedback in about 15 minutes at the moment. Such is the excellent job that Pierre does for her. All right, so there we go. We have really narrowed that right down, haven't we? So that needs to come all the way down, which means that's going to have to be a 2.8 at least, if not a 3.7. Gonna go with that. See how we do with that.
There's a car in the wall.
That's a McLaren.
Just take every precaution.
It's Ocon. Car's already been removed from the track.
The virtual safety car looks to be for debris. Drive to the Delta. How's the balance?
We've improved Embry's car, but still missing some performance. Don't think we'll get a complete run out of her. We'll only have about 15 minutes on track, so we might get 3, maybe 4 out of 5 if we're lucky. Right, that's a 3.7. That needs to go up. Here we go. "25 days to go." Not that I'm counting. %. It's still not there. Wow. I must be way off on a couple of things.
Okay, that is the checkered flag.
And I just got 4 out of 5 there with Embry. Okay, that will help. Because now we have to get ready for quali, and the cars are not where they need to be.
And the race weekend continues. Here we are now at qualifying.
In this session, drivers will be fighting for grid positions in the weekend sprint race. Only the fastest 10 will make it to Q3, where they're in with a chance of taking pole. Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
All right. So, yeah, that is very much in the wrong direction. That needs to go all the way up. We've got to pull that back a bit. The wing needs to change. There we go. I'm going to go with that. And we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. Let's see. Do I change engines tonight? No, I don't think I do, but I will change the gearbox before the sprint itself. Engines should be still fine. Let's have a look here. And you see, this is close. It's very close. I'm going to push this up, but I don't know how much I need to push it up. That's the thing. I'm going to go to 0.7, I think. Theoretically, I might need to pull it back a bit, but I'm going to go there. And let's send them out. Yeah, we'll see if we can get out behind someone else, just so we can do one single run.
Track is green, track is green.
And we get straight out behind Oscar.
Wake up those bikes.
And at the end of this lap, we'll get to see just how much we missed the mark on the setup, or whether we actually managed to nail it in the end. We've got Vashaw popping out in the background there as well, and now we also have Behrman leaving the pits. So a few cars hitting the track very early on. As always, we're going to pray that we don't get traffic as we are approaching the pits to start the flying lap. This circuit is notorious for getting qualifying delays if you're closing in on a car that's on a cool down lap, on an in lap. As they slowly drift across to the pit lane while you're ploughing down towards the straight, you can end up losing so much time in the final sector. So we've got to be careful of that this weekend. I really hope they fix issues like that going into 24, given that we're going to have 2 qualifying sessions now for sprint weekends. We're having the proper 2024 sprint format, so that'll be...
And track is now clear.
You know, sprint quali on the Friday, then the sprint on the Saturday, then the main race quali after that, before the main race on the Sunday. Let's pull up some split times. Oops, wrong button. There we go. First splits, 34.7, so we're quicker than Oscar, and a 34.9. Embry might be just a little too far back, I'm not sure. She's certainly further back than Donna is compared to Oscar. So if anything, Donna's going to get closer and closer and pull further away from Embry on the closing stages of the lap, but we'll see. I'm hopeful it'll still be quick enough to get through anyway, without the need for another run. Second split at the bottom of the hill. Evening, Daniel. 39.6 against a 39.8, so another just under 0.2, so that's what, 3.5 tenths difference so far. And now the drive to the line. And you can see how far back Embry's dropped by not being right on the back of that Ferrari. 139.9, 9/10 of a second faster. And than Oscar, and Donna is nearly 6/10 clear of Embry. So Embry may well have to run again, but Donna's good. Donna doesn't need to do anything now. Am I looking forward to F1 Manager 2024, and what is my plan? Yes, and you ask me this every single night, and every single night I say, yes, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to be running my own team, and that answer isn't going to change. Right, it's possible we may have got enough of a tow in the beginning of the lap that we are still safe. But we'll see what kind of pace the Red Bulls do. There is Verstappen, there is Leclerc. So they're not close to each other, but Leclerc is going to be punching a hole for... which McLaren is it? Oh, no, the McLaren's on an in-lap. It's Norris on an in-lap. So Verstappen, though, is tucked up behind a couple of cars, behind a Mercedes of Sonoda and a Williams. It's got to be Belajac on an in-lap, because Albon's just starting his flying lap. Russell now starting a flying lap, potentially getting help a little bit there by Oscar, who's gone back out again. For sure, it's 2 seconds off. Take away the slipstream, 1.5 seconds away from Embry. Right, let's see what Leclerc does in clear air. Who do I think will replace Lewis at Mercedes? I think, assuming he does well this year, Andrea Kimi Antonelli. I think that's who they're putting their hopes on. Porsche crossing the line. I think he must have got a slipstream because he was 0.2 quicker than Oscar. He might have got a tow off the back of Gasly by the look of it. Another change that they mentioned in the stream last night is for this view. So what they've done is they've added a gyro stabilizer to it, which apparently is something that's been changed on the camera view for this view this year in F1 itself. So now the horizon always stays level rather than the car. So it should show the car banking a little bit more now in the corners. There we see Leclerc's time is 0.6 slower. I think we're safe. If we're still quicker than Leclerc, oh, there we go, Max. Yeah, he did get that slipstream though, didn't he? Yeah, I think we're safe. We don't need to go again. Do I think Lewis will win races for the last time with Mercedes this year? Hopefully. I mean, they are showing promise of a recovery this season. They are going to hit a ceiling at some point this season in terms of what they can do. and will need to refine the concepts in next year's design before they can then push it even further. But I mean, they're showing competitiveness, so there's definitely the possibility if they can keep that trend going long enough. They might need a little bit of help though, a little bit of fortune. A problem for Red Bull or McLaren. I think George needs to calm down a little bit. I think he's trying to overdrive this season. Which is one of the reasons I think he made so many mistakes in Canada. He's definitely got talent. There's no denying that. He's got pace. I just think he needs to just calm it down just a little bit. I think he's just trying to show the team that they can rely on him, and he will be their number one. And he's trying just a little bit too hard, I think, at the moment. Just needs, as I say, just to calm it down just a touch, and he will be a very strong prospect for them next season. Do we see anyone getting close to Red Bull this season? Have you not watched any of the races this season? We already have a team that's close in McLaren. They are close. They are very close. Ferrari have dipped just a little bit in the last couple of Grand Prix, but Ferrari have won a race this year. McLaren have won a race this year. Already. We're only, 5 races in? 6 races in? We've already had like 4 different race winners. Would it be 6 races in, or is it 7 now? Or even 8, actually, with Barcelona. Let's see, we did Bahrain, Jeddah, Australia, China, Miami, Monaco, Montreal, Barcelona. Yeah, 8 races. We've had, 4 different race winners this year? Sainz, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen. Far cry from last year. Can't wait for 2026 when we'll see new F1 cars. I'm not really that excited for 2026 because we're finally getting to a point when the grid is closing up. Next season's going to be a good season, I think, because everyone's going to be in the final year of the current regs. Everyone's going to have the most knowledge they can going into the final year of the regulations. And I think the field will be the closest it'll have been in years. And then 2026, someone's going to get a jump on someone else, either through the engine or through the car itself, and it's going to spread the field right out again. It's always one team that gets a march on everyone else when a regulation change hits. All right, so 91%. We found some improvement, but we didn't find enough. I'm going to push that wing up to a 1. Can't really make it much worse. 97% for Embry. I don't think I can do anything about that. No, I can't. So she's at 97. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And once again, we'll see if we can tuck in behind someone at the start. Just need someone to go out now. Come on, someone. Someone off screen, not someone in front of us.
Track should be green now.
That's not going to help. Both of the Alpha Towers going straight out. Porsche and Stroll. Porsche getting the slipstream from his teammate by the look of it, or trying to. There goes Ollie Behrman. And here comes Charles. And that'll do nicely. There we go. So once again, Donna is going to get the more favourable slipstream. But that's okay.
Okay, good work on brakes and tires, please.
You can bring the tyre in.
Now we've got Russell heading out as well. And now Oscar's coming out. So that's what, half the field now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, half the field is out now to set their first lap. And there goes Gasly. Now Max is popping out. He might get in the way, potentially, of the Alpha Tauris here into turn 2. I think it could be awkward. No, he'll be out the way.
We have a big gap in front of us. Charge your last corner.
There we go.
Track clear.
All right, so Donna. Let's see what she can do behind Charles Leclerc. She might not be quick enough, actually, to stay close enough to get the full slipstream there. In which case, that'll benefit Embry, who does look a little bit closer, I think. It's going to be very tight between the two, potentially. Oh, we're going to have traffic issues. We switch back to Donna's car. So Leclerc is slightly quicker. Well, I say slightly quicker. Embry is actually 2 tenths quicker than Donna. And she's still slower than than Charles, so Charles very quick in that first sector. I think we're too far behind now. Stroll goes top briefly. Porsche gets a nice big slipstream. It's a 39.9 and a 39.7, so that's about 4 tenths difference between our two now. Embry's got a chance to go near the top. Don't know if she'll beat Porsche or not. We haven't gone purple in any sector yet, so that's not a great indicator, although she might possibly go purple here. Leclerc goes second, half a second off. And Embry pops up just 2 tenths behind Porsche in the end.
That's a good lap. It's a good lap.
Donna just a touch slower than Stroll. So Donna's going to need to run again. And I think Embry might need to run again as well. See if we can get out behind a slightly more favourable car, one that isn't so devastatingly fast. in Charles Leclerc. Ooh, yellow flag. Lock up for Norris.
Let's follow the drivers then through turn 16. Very heavy on the brakes. They took a gamble and it was just too late.
I think he kept that out the barrier. Yeah, there's no damage to his wing, but he's no doubt aborting this lap. And there you can see how much that should be flat out. Albon lost a huge amount of time there, having to move past Norris as Norris lazily drifted into the pits. It's always been a problem on this circuit. Let's see how much time we got left. Only 7 minutes. Not enough time for 2 runs. Or 2 separate runs. So we will break out the new tyres for this run, because I'm just not convinced. Actually, we might be okay. We give Donna the slipstream. So we might have an issue here with Embry being, because I think I forgot to turn it off. Yeah, I did. Hopefully she's not going to pull over. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Okay. So this is a little bit of a do or die situation here. Embry's not going to improve, but she doesn't really need to. Donna does. We shouldn't have any traffic issues. Well, we're not going to have any traffic issues of a faster car coming through and moving us out of range of each other. Now we're just going to hope we don't get traffic as we're starting our flying lap, which by going early, hopefully we should be fine. Vegas pit exit is atrocious as well. Yes, it is. That needs to be worked on. I mean, it's the same for a few. I mean, do you remember when this game was first released, how bad it was at Imola? That, you know, a car boxing at Imola meant the car that stayed on track on the racing line slowed because it wouldn't overtake the car that was in the pit lane. They fixed that one. So they can certainly fix it with some others as well. Well, I think that was more just a coding issue rather than an AI issue. Might be a bit more AI related with these other issues. All right, we now might have a problem with Joe here.
A little bit of traffic. Charge up last corner.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And I missed the pit entrance with both cars. So now I have to go again and hope that I can get around quickly enough. And to make sure I can, we're going to take manual control. Got Donna nice and tight up behind here.
we will not need liftoff. And you can push on tires, we're good on tires.
Time to push on these tyres. If you can, push.
Oh, come on.
Red flag.
Actually, that might be enough to get me through. That might end the session. It has. I don't know who crashed, but it ended the session. So the cars that were on flying laps lost their flying lap. We were still 10th when that happened. We just sneaked through. Woo, that was lucky. That was very lucky. We improved by 1%. Okay, well, that's pretty much it then. That's as good as it's going to get. Not going to get anything better out of that car. And we left it at 97. So, one flying lap on these tyres. Probably not a smart move. Let's go on new tyres. Looks like we're going to go out behind Sainz.
I want to see good work on your tires.
Unfortunately, from everything we've seen so far, the UI is still obnoxiously big on screen here. It would be really nice if we could shrink that down, free up a little bit more real estate for actually seeing what's going on. Because when you start getting windows open like this, well, not so much like that, but you know, big windows that show all this information on the side, and you've got it open for both cars, you start to lose an awful lot of actual information. So I really hope that we'll have a scalable HUD. Something tells me that isn't going to be the case. I don't think Embry's close enough.
It's clear. Let's go for another push.
And there'll be no one ahead.
Donna is. She's going to get a nice toe hit. There's no one directly in front of us for a little while, apart from Joe, who's also on a flying lap, so shouldn't have any issues with traffic. This should be a mighty lap for Donna, less so for Embry. You can see how far behind she is. Look, Donna is all over the back of Sainz here. This will be a purple lap. 34.8 against a 34.9, so just 0.07 of a second so far, but that gap is only going to widen now. Oh, we are getting all up in his business here, aren't we? This is actually might start becoming a little detrimental here. Yeah, it's now starting to hurt us. We're too close now. 39.9. And there you see a 39.8. Embry was quicker. She's not having to fight.
Cool the car.
It's Embry who went quickest by nearly 0.2 of a second. I am very surprised by that. That she was that much faster.
P2. We're happy with that.
A terrible lap from Sainz. 1.3 seconds off the pace. Where was Sainz's potential pace? I mean, I tried to get out behind Zhou and I had to wait for Sainz to go through, but that was a horrible lap for Sainz. Leclerc has gone quicker. Just stick with the same tyres. They are more than good enough for another run. And now we're playing that waiting game. God damn it. That has not worked at all. So I'm just going to abort the lap. And I'll slap on some brand new tyres instead. Hopefully I can still get out behind someone for a slipstream. If not, we'll send Donna out behind Embry. Too slow to get out behind Piastri. I was looking for where Max is. Max is out. When did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who's not out yet? So Leclerc's on track. Oh, it's Sainz. Oh god, I do not want to get caught behind Sainz again. And I'm going to get caught behind Sainz again. He was Q2, he was 12th, Behrman was 11th. I didn't even notice I was not paying attention because I was so focused on the red flag. I didn't even think about checking to see who'd got knocked out.
On as much work as you can on your tires now.
Right, so Embry is far enough back that she might still close in on Sainz. It may be that Sainz just had a really bad lap and it will be better this lap. We have got traffic coming through that's going to pull us out of the way. And Donna, I think, is close enough at the moment, but that may change. This is where it's going to get iffy. All right, that is a pretty good gap to have. Science is gone, so Science is not going to be in front of us.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
So now it is purely Donna
Big gap.
getting
big
the
gap.
toe, and let's see
Champion
how
Donna.
well she can do. Give me an honest opinion. If F1 Manager 24, if they added Creo engine, would it be great? I mean, that's the next logical step, isn't it? If there is another game,
Okay,
that
we
will
take the
be
flank.
potentially the add-on for Create a Team is create your own engine supply. But I don't know how that would work. I mean, the way the engine system works at the moment, I don't know how they could easily implement that without changing everything else about how engines currently work. I don't want to get too far ahead of things. I want to see how the reliability is actually going to work long term going forward. Because at the moment, all we've seen is just a couple of very specific scenarios with that feature baked into the scenario. And it does look as though it's not going to be just a random event that pops off. It's going to be something that's triggered by running parts in really poor conditions. So it's not likely that it's going to be something that really affects you that often, apart from practice sessions maybe. I don't know. It depends if or not the reliability is going to have an effect. We did get the pole by a long way. Wow, look at that lap. 39.7. Bonus point for Donna. Again, for pole position, Embry stays in third. That's excellent news. And it's excellent for Leclerc, starting on the front row with Max 10 down. I mean, the ability to add in, say, a Lotus engine or a Brabham, or bring in something like a Porsche or a Lamborghini engine, or a Judd or an Ilmore or whatever, Cosworth. It would be kind of cool to be able to do that, but I think if they're going to do that, maybe they could give you some engine presets. It would have this much power, but this much this much wear rate as a result. Kind of how the current engines do, and then you can choose which one of those templates you want for that engine brand, and then label it as such. So, yeah, maybe we'll see. I think on paper that would probably be the easiest way to implement that, but who knows? They might not have enough time left in the franchise to figure that out. Evening, Army. Right, we're into practice again. So, going to be running nice and long. We're going to go 34 laps of fuel, run to the flag, get that track knowledge up as high as we can. Try and work on improving the car part knowledge as much as we can, which is down at just 63% at the moment. 3 new parts on the car now tonight. Let's send them out.
Okay, so that's a green light.
Some performance changes would be good as well, instead of the stats simply remaining static. Well, no, I mean, they've said that they want to try and make the game realistic. Engines have been frozen since 2022. So, or late 2022, I think, was when the freeze, I think mid-season 2022 was when the freeze kicked in. So there hasn't been any performance gains in the engine department since the start. Effectively since the new regs came in. So I can understand why they went down that route, because that's a direct replication of what's going on in the sport. Yeah, it would be nice if we could bring in our own engine manufacturer, but it's not really a deal breaker. The big thing was being able to create your own team. And if this franchise does survive until 2026 and we get a 2026 version, then we're going to have additional engine suppliers. We're going to have, if they're still around, Renault, we're going to have Mercedes, Ferrari, we're going to have Honda, we're going to have Audi, and we're going to have Ford as well. So that'll be 6 engine manufacturers to choose from. Will we really need another one? I'm doing well, Army. Thanks for asking. Had a little bit of a drama last night. It was really hot and sticky last night. Jumped in the shower about 2 o'clock in the morning and sat down afterwards, put the fan on, fired up the console for a little bit of fallout shelter, and a couple of minutes later the power tripped. And so we then had to sort of run around trying to figure out what caused that, and we managed to work out that it was the downstairs bathroom that's shared by the other guys in the house that tripped it for whatever reason. But yeah, that was a lot of playing around with sockets in rooms, trying to figure out what was tripping the circuit. Luckily it's been a little bit cooler today. Engine brake changes could be brought in instead of simply just aero every now and again. Yeah, potentially. Maybe that is one of the new features that they'll add in the regulation changes, because I mean they were very simple first time round. They have been improved this time round. Maybe in the next edition there will be some variations, some other changes that will be affecting that will affect the teams in terms of rule changes. Maybe limiting the number of affiliates. I can imagine that being one. I still think that's a lot to have 10 affiliate drivers, because assuming that each team is going to have 10 affiliates as well, that is 110 young drivers potentially all being signed up at once. How is that going to work? It's just I don't see how that is sustainable. If every team maxes out their affiliate program. Let's get that extra lap out of them. Make them go around one more time instead of boxing at the end of this lap. Go. So 89% track knowledge, that's not too bad. 79% on the car part knowledge, gained 16% in that session. Obviously we know about the cars, setups. So 88 and 90, not ideal in terms of setup confidence overall, but not bad, not horrendous. So we're going to be starting in high confidence for Donna, and I think just I think in very high confidence for Embry. So let's see how we do in the sprint.
This weekend, it's something a little bit different, as the Grand Prix grid is decided by more racing in today's eagerly anticipated sprint. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams. But as ever, in Formula One, an extra challenge is an extra opportunity.
It's not only the starting grid decided here, though. The top finishers in the sprint have the chance to score crucial championship points.
So let's see then how the teams tackle today's sprint, here in Baku.
All right. Going to go with the softs. We are going to be changing gearboxes. Don't know about engines. Probably should change Donna's engine. It's taking a lot of damage for just 4 races. Well, 3 races. Now I'm going to leave her engine alone. I'm going to change the gearbox. Both cars. I'm going to leave the original engines in. We're going to go 1 extra lap of fuel. We're going to go aggressive off the line. And just try and solidify first and then see if we can get Embry up into second. I'm pretty sure Charles is just going to blitz away from us in that opening lap or two if we're not careful. And we just need to stick with him long enough to be able to protect the car. And then that gearbox is good enough for the sprint, actually. And we'll change that after the sprint before the race, if I remember. You know what? I am going to mark it like that so I can see what I'm saving. All right, let's send them to the grid for the sprint.
Our sprint today sees the drivers take on 17 laps of the Baku City Circuit.
Expect to see plenty making the most of Baku's long, wide main straight. That's going to be their best chance to overtake and secure a strong result.
So then, it's time to see who wants that victory the most. Now's the time for the sprint, here in Baku. And it's lights out, and away we go.
We're happy to stay where we are. Allez, Vio, ligne reste.
Wow, look at the start for the front two. 8/10 away from Embry after turn 1. Although she's closed the gap now with the slipstream here. Here we go. Right, let's save the battery, seeing as we have the lead. Turn the tyres down as well. I'll wait for Max to make his move. Not Max, sorry, Charles. Where is Max? He's down to 13th. He's lost another place. Evening, Apex Pro.
Recharge on.
Can't wait for F1 Manager 24. Yep, it's 25 days to go. Yes, I'm going to be doing my own team. I have a couple of ideas, but until I actually get my hands on the game, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. But almost certainly going to be starting with the minimal settings. So all facilities at the lowest, you know, young drivers. I'll probably start with Lawson and Pourchaire. I want drivers with head models because I want to be able to enjoy my first podium. But going with drivers who are already on the grid could be problematic in terms of confidence and mentality. So we start with young drivers. You know, it gives us time to build up. We will not necessarily be looking at isolating ourselves from having big name talents. But obviously, we've got to get ourselves to the situation where we can actually justify signing those drivers.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Who are going to be my drivers? As I said, not sure, but leaning towards Lawson and Porsche at the moment. Oh, god damn it. Contact with Embry.
Now is that Yuki Tsunoda? This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. You can see how tight
And that's
it
Tsunoda's
is.
fault, I think.
Oh,
And of course, because he's sat there, Donna
but there
can't
was
move.
contact.
Sorry, Embry can't move, so
It's
she's
a
going to
blow
drop all
too
the way
for
to the
more
back of the
than
bed,
one driver from the pack.
back of the grid. Like that.
Are you okay?
There we
Are
go.
you okay?
God damn it. No damage to the car. Tiny bit of damage to the tyres. Hasn't hurt her confidence. Yuki better get the penalty for that.
We need to push.
What? Oh no, yeah, for a minute I thought that was on us. Another crash. What the hell? Someone spinning out into the wall. So we've got a VSC.
Okay, stay close to the reference.
There's a yellow flag now.
Evening, Adam.
Now with the Haas. And that's the moment the car plows into the wall.
Oh, that
Their
is
confidence will have taken a hit with
that's a
that.
retirement. So that is Maloney at the back of the grid for the next Grand Prix. Well, the main race. And that's damage to his engine components as well. I saw a little spark.
Hitting the walls. Just make sure you have a good look around for debris.
I am well, thank you, Adam. How are you?
Battery is high now.
Did Tsunoda take damage? Let's have a look. He's got a little bit of front wing damage, and his tyres took a little bit of a knock. Again, about the same 2% that we lost. But it's nice to see that someone other than us is getting a penalty for contact. Yeah, I was a little taken aback at first because I thought that penalty symbol had applied to us, and then I realised it was actually Yuki after all. some big gaps opened up already. We should hopefully be able to move Embry up through the order a bit, but I don't know if we're going to get her into the points tonight, or for the sprint anyway. If we can get her close to the top 10, that sets her up for the chance of a decent race and some points in the race. Should hopefully be able to win the sprint with Donna. Going to have to go full guns blazing as soon as the VSC ends to get back onto Charles.
VSC ending.
And I'm going to do the same with Embry to get back onto Sonoda.
DRS enabled. At the moment you're P2.
If you can, push.
Can I get into the DRS before the detection point? Hopefully.
We want to manage.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Just missed it. Just missed it. Going to miss it here as well by the look of it. Shouldn't have turned the tyres down.
Time to push on these tyres.
What year is this? This is 2030. This is the 8th season of our hardcore playthrough, where we just make things a little bit trickier for ourselves. Gone with an all-female lineup last year and this year. Did 5 seasons at AlphaTauri with a settled driver lineup eventually of Schumacher and Piastri. Then went to Alfa Romeo. We had Behrman and Najjar for a year, and then we went to Aston Martin, hired these two, and that's where we still are.
You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on hold available.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Let's go for a push. Drop down the plates now. Charge on.
But yeah, some drivers have bounced around and ended up back where they started. Gasly is now back at Alpine. Albon's back at Williams. Some have stayed evergreen. Norris hasn't left McLaren. Max obviously hasn't left Red Bull. Leclerc, since he joined at the end of his Ferrari deal, hasn't left either. He's re-signed. Some drivers have been out for a season or two and come back again. Yuki was off the grid for a season. Belichick is back after, I think, 2 seasons off. And obviously we've had some retirements. No Lewis anymore, no Alonso. Schumacher dropped off the grid at the end of last season.
Overtake available. You're good to push. We have to protect those tires.
No need to push the tyres.
Alright, so got a nice little gap now over third place, 3 seconds.
Just keep looking after your tires.
Going to need to start rebuilding Don's battery soon. Embry also is going to need a battery rebuild. Got her confidence up a bit. Oh, she's still in driving clean now. Let's turn that off. No wonder she's not been quick.
You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can.
Just be careful with this tyre. And recharge on is okay, please.
Okay, charge on.
Recharge on.
Alright, so hopefully we can stay nice and close through the infield around the castle area without having to turn the tyres back up again. I want to build that life advantage up, and already I can see I'm going to lose ground if I'm not careful.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds. Charge on. Look after the tires.
Need to get past Sonoda soon, so I can start trying to close up on the cars in front.
Recharge on now is okay, please.
Oh, that is another yellow. Oh, it's a full safety car. Ooh. Okay. Might as well box Embry. She's right at the end of the lap as well. Might just make the pit lane here.
Box this lap.
I did. Yuki's going to get his stop in as well. Russell's out.
Safety car, safety car.
Crashed at turn 1.
And make sure.
Did he hit? No, he just spun out and... Oh, yeah. Nicely done, George. Nicely done.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
So, newer tyres to give us an even better tyre advantage over the cars in front. We'll get right back onto them again. Did someone else just crash, or is that just a delayed reaction there? Might just be a delayed reaction. We're going to end up really, really fat on fuel. Not much I can do about that. absolutely no point boxing Donna. That's just throwing away not just a chance for the win, but a chance for points, I think. But it made absolutely perfect sense to jump Embry into the pits. Got us ahead of Sonoda, who had that penalty. That was 5 seconds added onto his stop. Plus, did he change his wing? Let's have a look. No, he didn't. So he's still got that slight damage to his front wing as well on the left end plate there. And now we're in a pretty good shape tyre-wise over Charles. 10% better tyres. Embry's going to have a significant grip advantage over all the cars in front, and she's going to be right on them as well. Chance to actually move her up through the order properly in these closing laps. So it's been an action-packed sprint so far.
On battery in a good place.
We've had a collision with Sonoda, which brought out a penalty for Sonoda. And we've had a VSC with Maloney spinning his car out at the end of the lap. And then a full safety car now for George spinning his car out and wrecking. All in 10 laps. Well, less than 10 laps, 9 laps. Evening, Anthony. You're currently running 8th and 12th. What race are you at? I can't remember where you got to. It's been a while since you've given us an update. You're still towards the end of season 1, right? Oh, Suzuka.
Cool the car, please.
Evening, Victor. While we're behind the safety car, let's save some wear and tear on the car. See the train now just about formed up as Sonoda joins the back of the queue. Makes me think we'll see the safety car come in at the end of this lap. Max has got himself back up to 9th. Tyres is Max on. He's on softs. Better tyres than Sainz. Behrman and Piastri just Stroll as well. Yeah, I would expect Max to maybe move up another place or two, get himself into the points for the end of the sprint. No decision from the safety car yet. Looks like it's staying out. And I'd like it to actually come in now. It's now starting to get to the point where we're going to run out of laps to do anything significant with Embry. Last thing I need tonight is a bad result. At the border here, in attendance, need to get some high position finishes tonight. Winning the sprint should hopefully be a good start, but I don't think the sprint really tends to count that much with the board. I don't think they really care about sprints. Right, let's go racing again at the end of this lap, please. Should get the notification as we get to the end of the sector, hit the bottom of the hill here. There it is.
Safety cars in this lap. For the restart, it will just be recharge off.
Okay, you can pick up the pace.
Overtake is available.
So I'm going to leave Donna to it. Hope that she does what she needs to do. And we're going to try and focus on Embry. How much fuel we're carrying. Oh, what a dive bomb. 2 places. I thought we were going to get 3 for a second then.
Need to drop the pace.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Charge on, charge on. and you can pick up the pace.
And overtake is available.
All right, 4 laps to go.
DRS enabled.
And that is 13th place.
Battery is high, you can use overtake if you need.
Chance for a lunge.
Press overtake.
We got it.
Recharge on.
Battery deployment to try and hold that position. Good stuff.
So recharge on.
Charge on and box now.
Can use overtake.
I messed up a little bit there. Wasn't quite quick enough to get that back on. Max still not in the points yet, still down in 9th place, so this is still good for Leclerc.
Battery is full. Okay, charge on.
Recharge on now is okay, please.
Oh, not quite sure how we managed to pull that one off, but I'll take it.
And we can have recharge on, please. And recharge on.
Charge on. Two race laps. Battery is full. Charge on. Charge on now.
We might yet get points
Battery is full.
with Embry here.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Click overtake, please.
What does the title fight look like? Leclerc has made a really good, strong start this year. Won the title at the final race of the season last year. Won the opening 2 races, second last night in Melbourne, behind Max. And now, outscoring Max again here in the sprint. That slipstream, thank you. One more place and I can get a point with Embry.
Recharge on, is okay, please? Recharge on.
No. Hold that position. We've got a yellow flag. It's not me.
Now is that?
That's better, Jack. That doesn't affect the race one iota.
It was the Williams driver we see there.
There's a car on the wall.
Oscar is out of range. Or is he? This is going to be so tight across the line. Donna's clear. She's free and clear. Ah, damn it. Oscar's going to get the slipstream. And he's going to get the DRS. We'll try and out-drag him to the line. No, not quite. Nice place, but good recovery. Sets her up nicely for some decent points in the race. Donna with the win. Converts pole to victory. And sets us up nicely for a podium attempt in the main race.
The Aston Martin driver with the sprint win today.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
So confirmation of the sprint results. It is a win for Donna Charles in second. Pourchaire gets himself onto the final step of the podium there ahead of Zhou. Behrman up 6 places to take 5th. Then Stroll, Sainz and Piastri just hanging on for the final point in the sprint. Embry down 6 places from where she started, but considering she was dropped all the way to the very back of the grid thanks to Yuki Tsunoda to fight back up to 9th, especially with 5 laps to go from being down in 17th, 18th. That is a very, very good fight back in a very short space of time. Max down in 10th, 2 places up from where he started. Then it's Gasly, Albon, Norris and Ocon. Hajar, Tsunoda managing to get up to 16th, and then Vasseur and Belashax.
The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Now, Karun, how do you think Aston Martin's driver is going to be feeling ahead of this race?
To be honest, I think they're exceeding expectations and impressing a lot of people with their performances.
Well, whatever happens, it's sure to be a tremendous race day here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
All right, so we are going to go one stop mediums to softs. with the hope that we'll get a safety car early on to maybe switch onto a new set of softs. Might go for a little bit of an undercut with Embry. I may do that with Donna as well. I haven't decided yet. We are going to stick a couple of extra laps worth of fuel in the car. Go a little bit more aggressive. I need to change that gearbox now. There it is. Two extra laps. Let's go very aggressive off the line. Actually, with both, because we're on mediums, not softs. And can we convert pole to the win again? Let's send them to the grid and find out.
Final checks are being carried out on the grid, and it won't be long until we get underway. The focus for many in this race will be on the Aston Martin driver.
They're on pole, and it's well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Your race is now.
All right, so we've held off the initial charge in the first turn. Leclerc is on the softs. So at some point he's going to get past us. We need to try and stay with him, and then we can run soft pace on the mediums. And then we'll have the tyre advantage over him in the second half. Not that many starting on the softs, actually. I thought there'd be a few more than that. Max did get in front of Embry. Not surprising. If she can hold her position.
Ciao, John.
Overtake is available.
There we go. Leclerc did get through. It's what I was expecting. Kind of what I was waiting for. Just got to make sure I don't lose out to Porsche and Joe behind as well.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
DRS won't kick in till the end of the next lap. Of course, that's going to change with F1 Manager 24. No longer do we have to wait 2 laps during the Grand Prix. Let's make sure that Charles does not pull away from us over the rest of this lap now.
And overtake is available.
Just manage your tires, please. Manage your tires. Charge on.
Recharge on.
DRS enabled. So it's currently P2. On next car ahead is Leclerc.
Press overtake.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Still vulnerable to a Leclerc breakaway.
Okay.
Got to keep him honest for the next few laps. I don't want to overtake him, because if I do, then he will just go blitzing past me in the next DRS zone and potentially break any chance I have of staying with him. So I'm trying to play it clever. Just stay close enough that I can keep Pourchaire and Joe at arm's length, but not too close that I melt my tyres or start losing confidence for failed overtakes. Do want to start making a little bit of progress with Embry though, if I can.
Stay close.
See if I can get a run in the braking zone here. Nearly. Dropped Albon, that's good. There's the train in front moving quick enough to stay ahead of Albon.
And we can have recharge on, please. We want to manage our tyre budget.
You've got everything. You've got everything. Press on hold available.
Albon's back in range again.
Charge on.
And I am getting dropped again. Much harder to control tyre temps and get battery back in the car when you are at the back or in the middle of a train like that.
Recharge on.
On charge on.
I've dropped Albon, but unfortunately I've been dropped as well.
So we stay in the rhythm now.
And Joe has been dropped.
Okay, charge on.
Gasly's definitely pushing right now. I have to use the last of my battery to get back onto the train.
You can push on tires. We're good on tires. And we have margin to push a little
Stay
bit
in
more on
range,
tires.
stay in range. There we go.
Drop the pace now, please. Charge on.
Recharge.
Oh, yeah, straight into the barrier.
Virtual safety car.
Let's see what happened there. Right, we're taking the second corner.
It's always nice when you actually see those
There
things
wasn't
happen
a
right
lot
behind
could be
you like
done
that.
to avoid crashing
Without
into the
getting
barrier.
caught
That
up
will
in
have
it.
knocked their confidence, I'm sure.
Is that a retirement for
And
Porsche?
clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
It is. Porsche is out. That gives me a chance to get these tyres under control. In fact,
In the wall, there's lots of debris where the instant was.
now it gives me the opportunity to explore this. I'm not going to do this with Donna, but it gives me the opportunity to look at this as a strategy now with Embry. "10 seconds slower," but I will save about that in the by pitting under the VSC. I'll be able to get some good overtakes in, get a confidence up, get a pace up. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to box her. Switch her onto a 2-stop. Go soft now to the end.
We are boxers now.
This will drop her to the back. But will give her a definite advantage for the rest of the race, I hope. Claire and Joe have been looking after their softs a little bit. Sainz and Piastri, their tyres overheating. Stuck behind Behrman and Stroll, that's why. And this will give me an extra bite at the cherry in the pit stop competition as well. And extra points are effectively on offer because we know how quick AlphaTauri are in the pit crew challenge, given that we train them up to be blisteringly quick. So one of their cars not stopping this race opens up the potential for additional points. And we should be in and out before that VSC ends. That's a bad stop. About 1.2, 1.3 seconds that we lost there.
Battery is high.
That's not ideal. Would have been nice to be a little bit closer to Maloney at the end there. But we're not too far away from the pack. We've now got brand new softs on. We don't have to worry about saving tyres. We have got wiggle room to just push them as well, so we can get some really good pace in this stint. And when with those overtakes come in,
Virtual safety car ending.
And DRS should be available.
Time to push on these tyres.
and that confidence goes up, that'll improve Embry's pace even more.
We can still do it.
Wish I'd been able to get a touch more battery in a car.
Charge on.
The gap is coming down.
So we are happy to push. And recharge on now is okay, please.
Okay, we need some deployed.
I've got a chance to drop Joe here if I'm careful.
Let's try to get him.
Oh yeah, comfortably going to drop him. There's the first little pack.
That was a very good lap. We have to protect those tires.
Let the tyres come back to you.
On click overtake this. We have margin to push a bit more.
Losing a little bit too much time through the infield. Keeps allowing Joe to get back in and us to almost get dropped.
This is your race now. Drop down the plates now.
Joe is still plugging away. Every time we try and push the pace, he comes with us.
Charge on.
Oh, he's on softs. I thought he was on mediums. Ah, that would explain why he's sticking with us then. Two seconds the gap now. We are making some progress. Just a little bit slower than I was anticipating.
Just be careful with this tyre.
We need to calm those temperatures down. Otherwise they will degrade too quickly for this strategy. I Desperately want to get onto that DRS so I can start harvesting battery, get some overtakes in. And now Zhou is going for us. Given that he's on the softs, I'm prepared to let him go through.
Charge on. We look after the tires.
Belajak sets a new fastest lap. Interesting. Much easier to follow when the two cars, you're chasing a side by side like this.
Charge on. Charge on for now.
I'm starting to lose ground again. Belajak has pushed the pace and the cars behind have gone with him.
Stay close.
Hasn't quite worked out how I was expecting in my head in terms of everybody getting up through the field. Not yet, anyway. Still plenty of time to go, though. Just need to get her onto the train.
Okay, charge on. You're good to push.
I can just get her on the train. Then I can start making the moves.
Only can use the deploy. We need to push.
There we go. Now I need to make sure Donna gets back in range. Fighting fires at both ends of the grid here.
Let's try to take opportunity.
And all that battery I saved, just used half of it. I still didn't get back in range. I should get the slipstream.
We'll have to do anti-deploy where you can.
Okay, mate, that is the fastest lap. And you can push.
All right, there we go. That's the first overtake Or at least it will be when it's done. There we go. So confidence now just shy of peak. I'll get that from getting past Russell. Damn, it's been dropped again.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Might have to burn the tyres a little bit more with Donna and just bring her in earlier.
So recharge on.
Engine's ticked over to 49. It's not ideal. It's not the end of the world. George feeling the need to throw a very defensive shape there.
Time to push on these tyres.
Should get a run on him here. There we go, peak confidence for Embry. If she can hold the move. And there we go.
No need to push the tyres.
Charge on. Charge on.
Having to work a little harder than I'd like at the moment.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Charge on.
See if I can catch one of these two. Completely unawares. Or maybe both of them if I'm really lucky. No. So instead, let's... Oh, hello. I still haven't managed to shake the jar. There we go, now we do. So now, let's...
recharge on, recharge on.
Those tyre temps back down again. Get some battery back in the car. Get past Belajak's next time round. I've been dropped again.
You're good to push.
The engine's letting me down a little bit at the moment. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to stop a little earlier. Claire's tyre is still in very good condition. Joe's pushed his a little bit too hard at the moment. We'll have to push our mediums hard as well. Another yellow flag. Another VSC.
2 cars out. And watch out for the debris on the marshals on track, please.
It's all
Here we
kicking
go,
off here,
heading
isn't it?
into
Oh, the
turn
McLarens
one.
have hit each other.
Barely any room to manoeuvre. Has to be said,
Oh,
that was pretty risky.
that's a big
They'll
hit.
have to pick themselves
Is that
up
both
after
of them
that.
out? That's reminiscent of Ricardo and Verstappen. They are both out, I think. They are.
Safety car.
All right, so
Drive to the Delta.
it's asking a lot. And I might be able to make that work. The others are probably going to pit. I'm going to go for it, and if we get another one later, I've still got another set of new softs.
Box, box.
It's still a little bit too early for Embry to box. I've got plenty of life in these tyres yet. That's a penalty for Ocon, which will affect him in the next race. See if either of the other two box. No, they don't. So, taking a big gamble here with Donna. But, theoretically, those two are going to be boxing in the next 5 laps or so. And they're going to have to do it at full racing speed. 2.6 second stop, and I'm going to get out ahead of the Shaw train, stuck in behind Albon. Question is now, can I pull this off? Can I take those tyres to the end and still be quick enough? I can definitely take them to the end, it's just whether I've got the pace. That's the real question.
BSC ending. DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
Stay close.
Charge on.
Belijak's not getting the DRS. Should make this an easy pass. There we go. Took a couple of corners longer than I thought it would, but we got it done.
And we can have recharge on, please.
All right. Tyres are up to temperature.
Overtake available.
Let's get on to Albon. Elajax is trying to fight back on Emery. Front two absolutely pushing like crazy.
Charge on.
And recharge on.
Strategies have gone completely out the window in this race. It's been such a weird weekend. So many incidents across both the sprint and now in the race as well. Disaster for McLaren tonight as well.
Let's go for a push. And keep an eye on your battery.
Yeah, I don't think I can overcome the lack of battery. Hopefully I can get close enough next time around. I have finally got rid of Elajax, but I'm losing a little bit of ground to Tsunoda and Bashaw. Need to turn these tyres down soon.
Just keep looking after your tires. Keep cooling the car.
It's not going to get through.
Manage your tires.
So we'll try and have a rebuild lap. Jump them next time around. Wow, they're really looking after those softs. Well, Leclerc is.
Cool the car.
Yeah, not getting through. We'll stay tucked up again. Get another lap of battery. Almost got onto the back of Sonoda and Bashaw now. A safety car or a VSC now would be a disaster. It'd be good for Embry, but it'd be a disaster for Donna. "15 seconds behind." She should still come out just in front of Zhou and Leclerc, but they haven't made as much progress as I would have liked. So I have to get past Albon on this lap.
Charge on.
Recharge on.
And he's now caught Oscar. Okay.
Need to drop the pace.
Overtake is available.
No, that's not enough. That's not enough.
And recharge on now is okay, please. Just recharge off, please. Just recharge off. And recharge on is okay, please.
Gap is still coming down to the front runners.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Eighth and 11th. That's not bad. And that's Zhou into the pits. So now we're going to see if we are going to get that undercut or not.
Cool with the car.
Yes, that was Zhou just coming out of the pits there.
And you can pick up the pace.
Lovely stuff. So Donna's confidence now up to very high, just outside of peak.
Drop the pace now, please.
Still got some battery in reserve. I've got a 5-second gap over Zhou. Leclerc yet to box.
And you can use the deploy.
Let's see if we can get Donna to peak confidence now. I'm guessing that was Leclerc who's boxed.
car now. Cool the car, please.
Beautiful stuff, up to 6th place now.
So let's take a look at the replay. Now we're approaching turn 2. It's certainly inviting.
That's Max. There's Joe in the background.
And that puts them in 6th.
It wasn't Leclerc. Leclerc's still out there. So it was someone else who boxed. Piastri. It was Piastri who boxed.
So recharge on.
And I'm only 11 seconds behind Leclerc now. He's going to get undercut very badly. Not just by me, but by Joe as well, I think. Going to go one more lap with Embry. Still no stop for Leclerc. Stroll, Verstappen, Sainz have all boxed.
Box now, please.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Thought that was going to be contact for a second then.
And recharge on, recharge on. Recharge on.
Charge on.
Right. So a good stop. Leclerc has boxed. There he goes. We are through. We're in the lead. Leclerc's going to come out behind Joe. And behind Russell. A 2.2 second stop. That's our quickest stop of the season so far.
Close to cars at
That's got to be worth points. Fifth fastest stop.
We want to manage our tyre budget. And recharge on.
Right, so Embry's 14th. Sonoda went hard tyres.
Keep cooling the car.
There we go. So tyre wear is just above the line. Got a little bit of a lead. Joe now into second place. I'm going to have to sit behind Joe and let him pull me along. I won't have the pace to hold him back. But I will have the pace and the grip to stay with him. Protect the tyres as much as I can. Embry comes out 2 seconds behind Behrman. Well, Behrman comes out 2 seconds ahead of Embry. Going to go for a fastest lap with her on the next lap.
Overtake available.
Press, overtake.
Did I leave this too late? Gasly's in. I did leave it too late to push. Should have pushed earlier. Bugger.
Okay, mate, that is the fastest lap.
We got the fastest lap without really actually trying to get it. So this lap should blitz it. Theoretically. So Leclerc is about 7.5 seconds behind us. 7.2, 7.3 in that kind of window. And we're just going to stay tucked up here, nicely behind Joe. Will react whenever he tries to push. Another yellow flag. It's a full-on safety car. Ooh.
Let the tyres
okay,
come back to
well,
Safety car.
just cannot.
Stay close to the
It's for sure this time.
Now
I
with
like
the
catch a safety car
Haas.
at the right time for Donna.
Oh,
Don't need to do
fairly
anything with Embry now. And
substantial
oh,
crash
that
there.
is
And they'll
that's
definitely be facing a few
embarrassing.
questions from the team after that.
That's very embarrassing.
And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
But this helps with tyre wear. It'll give me enough fuel to go to the end. I'll get my batteries recharged again. Full safety car. It is going to put me under pressure. And it is going to benefit some. So Joe got ahead. He's going to box. He's going to...
So in the pit lane now.
He's going to go off the mediums onto a set of softs. Ah, clever boy. Jacques doing the same. Albon's also in. Everyone else is staying out, I think. But Maloney's in. He's just gnashed his car to bits. Oh no, that was for sure, wasn't it, who made the mistake? So Tsunoda's now kind of up shit creek on those hard tyres. He's going to be a sitting duck for everybody behind. And now I've got Leclerc on almost new mediums right behind me. Stroll and Verstappen are up there as well. This has worked out beautifully for Max. Joe's come out in 5th place. He's going to be a problem as well. Still going to have to look after my tyres as much as I can. But this has worked out nicely for Embry. 10th place, that's a point. Plus a point for the fastest lap so far. Although that isn't going to last. Tyres are still pretty much new. And I should be able to get at least past the 4 cars in front. Beyond that, who knows? But it's yet another safety car. We've had so many incidents here tonight. And there's still 22 laps to go after this one. So God knows what else is going to happen. Kind of praying for a red flag now so that I can change onto a set of brand new softs for free. Maybe I should have boxed, given where Sonoda is. I didn't expect him to box. No one's been lapped, so there's no lapped cars to be let through. Everyone's in sequence order. Those standings obviously not telling the full picture because they're not counting the points from the sprint that have already been scored, I don't think. You're going to lead McLaren to the championship next game. Not this one then. You've still got time. Maybe. Tyres are melting behind the safety car, and you can't get into clean air when you're behind the safety car, unfortunately. You have to stay tucked up behind it. I've tried before, so this isn't good. This is doing damage to my tyres that I can ill afford. Can I hang on now for the win? It's made it, this safety car's made it so much harder. Getting a little bit tired. It's been a long old stream so far. Still got probably another 40, 50 minutes to go, I would imagine. How long left? It'll be 20 laps at the start of the next lap. And I am going to have to protect those tyres. Here we go, safety car is coming in.
Safety car is in this lap. And for the restart, it will just be recharge off.
Charge on, charge on.
Don't think that's going to do me any favours, but we'll see what we can do.
We need to protect.
Stay close. Can use overtake.
Oh, I was looking for a lunge of my own. Behrman made the lunge and we got caught out by Russell as a result. That's not good. We've already been overtaken.
Overtake available. Okay, you can pick up the pace.
What a recovery race this has been for Max. Fighting for third right now.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
Happy to settle for a third place podium tonight with Donna. Given the current situation of tyres, that would be a good result, I think. I mean, the Red Bulls are quick. They're quicker than we are, thanks to their drivers. Even if we have got the better car. It's not by much. I'll do what I can.
No need to push the tyres.
I don't know if it'll be enough. DRS kicks in at the end of the lap. So turn 2, I'd ideally like to be within a second. That means hitting the tyres hard. At the final corner I'll do it, but I don't think I'm going to need to. I'm going to just give them a little bit more just to get that confirmed. There we go.
Just manage your tires, please. DRS enabled.
Got the fastest lap back.
Very good lap.
Don't know if I'll keep that. Certainly try. Got the move done on Russell. Late move from Sainz to cover me off there.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
It's going to be a four-way fight for the win between the two Red Bulls, Zhou and us. And then let's see what I can do with Embry, who is getting caught by Russell again. I'm out of battery. I have to have a couple of harvesting laps, I think.
And we can have recharge on, please. If you can, push.
Have to micromanage the shit out of Embry and Donna.
We need a bit of recharge of the battery. And you can push on tires. We're good on tires.
Oh God, Albon got me as well while I was harvesting. Yeah, fresh tyres.
Just be careful with this tyre.
I'm happy to stay where we are. You're good to push.
Time to push on these tyres. Recharge on.
I'm in a really precarious position here.
Charge on, charge on.
Because if Leclerc decides to start pushing, I am powerless to stay with him. Unless I've got a full battery. And so just trying to stay with him, but keep the tyres under control and get battery in the car is proving very tricky right now. That's why I turned off the defence for Donna, just to try and minimise any time lost through defensive driving. Try and keep her as close to Leclerc as I possibly can.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Oh God damn, Belichak is on me. Joe's trying to line me up for a lunge.
We need to push.
And recharge on, recharge on.
You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can. Charge on and box now. Let's go for a push.
Shit.
And overtake is available.
Worried that was going to happen. Might help me stay with Leclerc, having him bridging the gap, but he's got fresh tyres and a better compound of tyres than Leclerc does, so this may even make it harder. Back past Russell. Yeah, I've been dropped. Now Max is going to get me as well.
We have to protect those tires.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
Still not giving up hope of finishing in third,
No problem.
but I think the win is gone.
Charge on.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Tsunoda's holding up a lot better than I thought he would. He's still in 5th place. Thought those hard tyres would not be quick enough. He's doing what he needs to.
Okay, to pick up the pace. Can press overtake where possible.
Can't stay with Max here, I'm in real trouble. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. There we go.
Charge on.
Russell's going to get past me again.
Overtake is available.
Now we'll try and retake that position again, because we'll have the DRS, and that'll close us onto Albon. I hope.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
Recharge on.
I just don't have enough pace left.
Charge on.
Right, praying for a red flag now.
And recharge on is okay, please. No need to push the tyres.
Fourth is 12 points plus a point for the fastest lap. That's 13 points. It's not going to be enough for the board, I don't think, unless I can get Embry in the points as well. Which is proving a little tricky at the moment.
So recharge on then, please.
Sonoda and Behrman are pushing to catch me up, or I'm just dropping too far back. I think it's probably the latter. They're fighting with each other. That might give me a little bit of a reprieve. Yeah, I just don't have the pace to go after the front runners at the moment.
So recharge on. Press overtake.
There we go, Behrman's got me.
Just keep looking after your tires.
Right, back into points for Embry. Into full peak confidence.
And recharge on.
Charge on now. Drop down the plates now.
Can use overtake.
Charge on.
There we go, past Oscar. Albon's having a good race, up to 7th now. We shut down the Ferrari.
Charge on. Charge on.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Battery is high. Charge on. And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Coming under pressure from Sonoda.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Everyone in front of Embry seems to be spacing out just as we get to them, which is making it much easier to punch her through and get her further up the order, but we are struggling a little bit with Donna.
You can push in tires. We're good on tires.
If you can, push.
Oh, might lose another place here. Embry's having a really good race weekend.
And we can have recharge.
I just managed to hold off Sonoda, and I have got myself back just into the DRS.
Charge on.
The gap's come down as well. Behrman's been pushing. No wonder I was struggling to stay with him. It's going to start going up again now.
Charge on.
And overtake is available.
Fuck, god damn it.
Recharge on.
There we go, Behrman's lost a second in half a lap. That's gone back up to 4 seconds already. It didn't take long.
Charge on.
Ah, crap. Dropped out of range, not paying attention, too busy focusing on what's going on with Donna.
Just be careful with this tyre.
6 more laps. Overtake available. Cruise the car.
Come on, commit to the overtake, please. There you go. Nearly.
The base. Charge on.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
So Leclerc's gone from comfortably winning to now just about hanging on for third. Little bits of ebbs and flow.
Overtake is available.
Fighting off Sonoda, but I'm staying with Behrman. Just going to try and take and then consolidate 4. That's pretty much all I can do at this point.
And recharge.
And then
on.
probably 7th is probably the best I can do with Embry, but you know, that in itself will be good.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
Considering that every time we've tried to do something with the strategy to give us an advantage, it's worked against us through a VSC or a safety car. You know, almost immediately afterwards. Cannot lose this position to show. There we go.
Okay, charge on. Charge on.
I'll go back on the attack, see if I can get past a pair of them on this lap.
Battery is high. We need to push.
Damn, couldn't get either of them. Right, I'm through on Behrman. Leclerc again has been dropped.
Recharge on.
Head down now.
keep out on the press overtake.
Haven't completely given up the possibility of third, but it's highly unlikely, I think. Seventh is absolutely on though.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Charge on.
Got the gap down, but I can't keep this tyre pace up.
We look after the tires. Manage your tires. And keep an eye on the battery.
Ah, damn it, Sonoda's in range. Last thing I needed was to have to defend against Sonoda.
2 more laps. Charge on.
We don't want to overcook the tyres.
You're good to push.
I don't think I've inherently made a major mistake strategy-wise tonight. I think the only real mistake I've made was not boxing Donna at that last safety car in the same way that Joe did. I wasn't quick enough to react, and when I realised what was going on, it was too late.
So recharge on.
Oh, it's a VSC for the final lap, which means I am now stuck in fifth.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Thank you, Isaac. Another retirement. Only 15 finishes. And the VSC won't end before the end of the lap, I don't think.
Try and stay right on the delta.
I mean, if it does, that'd be fantastic. At least I managed to get past Stroll before that happened. So we're looking at 10 points for fifth place, plus the point for the fastest lap, which is now not going to get beaten. And then Embry is going to get 6 points herself, so 17 points plus, what do we get in the sprint? 8 for the win, plus the pole position, that's another 9 points, so that's a decent haul of points tonight. 27 26. Is that right? I can't work this out of my head. Too tired, brain's not working. So Embry has scored a total of 6 points. Put those 6 to the side. So Donna, 8 points for the win, plus the fastest lap here is 9, plus pole position is 10, plus 10 points for 5th, so that's 20. Yeah, 26 points. Not bad. Not bad. Just in case.
We can still do it.
Maybe I can spook Sonoda into spinning off here. Nope. So Max is going to win. Back-to-back wins for Verstappen now. Leclerc down in 3rd place. Joe almost was able to get the win. There we go. So that's going to tighten things up in the title race again. Bring the 2 Red Bull drivers a bit closer to each other. We're going to make some really good strides with Donna in the standings again as well. 26 points in the Constructors is not bad. Nothing to sneeze at. No points for McLaren tonight. Only 1 point for Ferrari in the race. Can't remember what they did sprint-wise, but
the checkered flag.
yeah, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Albon hangs on for 2 points in the end. Good for him. And big points for Mercedes. Look at that, 2nd and 4th. Big points for Mercedes.
What an excellent performance from the Aston Martin driver that was.
It's safe to say they exceeded all expectations. A finish in the points, and my goodness, it is very well deserved.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
What an excellent way to take a 2nd win of the season with a composed performance today.
And before they get back to work, I think it's time to cool off here in Azerbaijan. So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
No doubt they'll be pleased. Both drivers really delivered, and what's more, there were lots of positives to be taken away from the race.
Well, everybody, that's all from us here in Baku.
Coming up next, the teams will be taking a trip to the Sunshine State. The Hard Rock Stadium is laying down the track for a captivating race at the Miami Grand Prix.
So then, confirmation of the final result. Max up 9 places, taking, weaving his way through the chaos, taking full advantage of those safety cars, getting himself up from 10th into the top spot there. Joe in 2nd, and Leclerc down to 3rd. Sonoda up 12 places after the problems he caused in the sprint. Very strong recovery from him. Donna down to 5th in the end. Didn't quite have enough tyres at the end, but we did get the fastest lap, which is always nice. Behrman in 6th place. Embry up 2 to finish in 7th. Then it's Stroll, Albon, and Oscar Piastri getting the final point tonight in the race. A bit further down, Gasly in 11th. Russell up 7 places, although 5 of those were retirements. To finish in 12th. Sainz down 6th to finish outside the points and in 13th. Then it's Belichick's in 14th, Maloney in 15th, and non-finishing results for Hajar, for sure, both of the McLarens and Teo Porsche. Driver standings look like this. 21 points the gap now in the driver standings, as Max's lack of points in the sprint do harm how much he closes the gap. He only pulls the gap back by 3. But so 21 points the gap. Both drivers now with 2 wins, 1 extra podium for Charles, but 2 pole positions for Max. Donna moves up into 3rd in the standings. We are 26 points behind Verstappen. Lost a little bit of ground to him, and a couple of points to Leclerc tonight, but good to move up into 3rd. Behrman up 3 places to take 4th. Good weekend for him. Norris down 2. No points for him in either the sprint or the race. Yuki jumping up 4 places. Then it's Sainz in 7th. Zhou up 10 places with those 23 points this weekend to finish, or to stand in 8th, ahead of Pourchaire by a point. Ocon drops down 4. Again, no points for him this weekend either. So, real downturn in form for McLaren these last couple of races. Oscar, it drops down 3 places despite scoring a couple of points. Stays ahead of Stroll by 1. There's Hajar in 13th. Embry scores 6 points but ends up actually dropping a place simply because of points for Stroll. And Gasly there down to 15th, just 4 points. Albon gets himself off the mark with 2 points. George Russell down to 17th with just a point so far. No points still for Maloney, Belichick or Bashaw. Let's see what the constructors' standings look like. Red Bull wants the points again. They're now 104 points clear after just 4 rounds. I think this title is pretty much already won. But we are in 2nd. Look at that. We moved past McLaren after their failure to register any points to get 2nd place in the standings, 4 ahead of McLaren. That's got to please the board, surely. Mercedes also climbing 4 places tonight. 35 points scored, puts them just 2 points behind McLaren, 6 points behind us, 5 points clear of Alfa Romeo, who, despite getting some decent points, do drop 2 places. AlphaTauri in 6th, get 13 points. They're still 5 behind Alfa Romeo. Alpine down a couple of places, and 10 points now behind AlphaTauri. Ferrari dropping down to 8th place. And then it's Williams in 9th, having moved off the bottom now, thanks to those 2 points from Albon. Haas, bottom of the standings with 0 points. In the pit stops, did we get in there? We did, with Embry's 2.2 second stop. It was a 2.6 second stop, wasn't it, for Donna? Not a great stop. So, Lance gets the quickest stop at 2.0, then the 2 Red Bulls. The other AlphaTauri did not finish the race, did not even get to make a pit stop, so Red Bull will extend their gap in that competition as well. Ferrari get both cars in the top 10 in 4th and 8th. Aston, that's us, in 5th, 10 points, that's nice, good points there. Alpine picking up 8 points tonight. Mercedes picking up 8 points as well, with Zhou in 7th and Yuki in 9th. And more points for Alpine, with Sainz getting the final point. So the standings look like that. 136 points now for Red Bull. They are 48 points clear of AlphaTauri, who themselves are 49 points clear of AlphaTauri. We are just 9 points further back in 4th. Ferrari move above Alpine and are only 5 behind us. Then Mercedes are 7th and still no points for Williams, Alfa Romeo or Haas. There you see the stop situation. It was a 2.6 second stop for Donna. Embry's first stop not great with the sticky wheel nut, but she made up for it with a 2.2 on the second stop, which scored us those points. Let's take a look at the driver report cards. Solid afternoon's work for Donna. 9 and 14 going forward. We did not want her overtaking, so we did have negative numbers there because we didn't really want her to overtake for long periods. We wanted to try and sit behind. Good defensive work again, 23 and 11. And what a great weekend for Embry. She actually delivered what we've been demanding of her. If she can keep that kind of level of performance up, she will keep her seat for the rest of the season. But long way to go yet before that decision is made. So 25 and 15 in the overtakes. Where has that form suddenly come from? And 14 and 9, as always, very good in defence. So yeah, she is improving her standing in the team. No experience for Anne, but we'll probably give her another run out at Miami tomorrow. Let's check the sponsors. So we got the quali streak finished. That's nice. That's 680 grand. We also got the finish position and quali position incentives done. And then for the guarantees, we did get fastest lap. We got both cars in Q2 and both cars in Q3. So we make about 1.5 million on our base rate tonight, for 4.4 in total. And Anne goes up to an 80 overall. All right, we are 4 days away from Miami, and it is going to be a wet race. Hopefully it'll be just a little bit of rain, and we'll be quick in the dry. We shall see. We're going to end it here for tonight. We will be back at the usual time tomorrow of 8 p.m. And we finish the week off with another podium. I really hope so. The car is in excellent shape right now. Drivers are starting to perform. They are still at a deficit to the rest of the grid in terms of their skills, but we're up to second in the constructors standing, so that's a nice little boost after tonight. And we are up to third in the driver standings as well, albeit a long way behind both in both competitions there. So we're not going to be winning championships tonight at this rate or this year. But having said that, we're not doing research this year. We're focusing purely on performance in the car. There's major regulation changes coming up, so the teams are going to almost certainly be doing a lot of research and maybe a little bit less development, especially as we're so close to the end of a regulation window that there isn't a lot of performance defined anymore. We do have probably the best car at the moment. If we can continue to extend that gap over everybody else, that could make things very interesting in the second half of the season, especially the closing races of the season. We could finally have a significant pace advantage in the last few races. So we're not completely out of the woods, or out of the conversation for the titles, but we do need to start scoring wins, and soon, if we want to put ourselves back into that conversation, because we are, as I say, half of Leclerc's points in the driver's standings at the moment, and a third of Red Bull's points at the moment in the constructors. So a lot of ground to cover if we are going to actually try and challenge for a championship. We'll do what we can, as we always do. And there we go. That is it for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's interesting, action-packed, eventful race. Lots of drama, lots of VSCs, safety cars. It's the most we've had in a while over a race weekend. 5 retirements in the main race as well as the 2 that we had in the sprint. Will it be chaotic at Miami? Will it be a calmer race? You'll just have to tune in at the usual time of 8 p.m. to find out. Until then, that's it from me. I am Jim Bob. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager 23 Hardcore very soon.